everyone, it's Anya here and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. This video tutorial is part of the series of our Autumn CAL based on the characters in the books of Beatrix Potter. Over the past few weeks we have made the body of the blanket, and in the last video we started the border. So today we are making the back border and joining both the borders, finishing the blanket. And here we are. So we are ready for the back border. But looking at it like this, you think maybe that it is finished, but actually this is the front border, which will change its look when we do the back border. But yeah, this is what it still looks like. And of course you will have a lot more ends because your blanket is bigger. So we have done the front border. We considered this here to be the front of our blanket. So in this process of creating a double border, we start with the front border. Now I'm going to get started on the back border. So I'm going to be using Lagoon. Now, normally when I do this border, I use the same color. You can, of course, do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So you can use light aqua here and Lagoon at the end, but I just wanted to change things up a little bit. And so I have decided to actually swap it around and see what it's going to look like. So let's get started. We are going to do round 1, slip knot, starting with a standing stitch, and I'm just going to get started here so I can show you the side, the corner and this side. And of course you're going to have to make sure that you have all of these in between your two borders. So make sure that you're working with this behind your work. So you're going to get started by putting a front post double crochet around the posts where we have placed the front post double crochets on the front border. Okay, so we start with 1 and then we do a second one, and we are using those same posts. There we go. So this is how we are going to continue doing this. And yes, this first round is a little bit slower. And as you can see, I'm kind of folding my blanket. Once I'm around that post, I'm sort of pinching it and folding it so that it is easier for me to work my stitches. But it's doing this or doing the slip stitch round. So I'd rather do this. So there we go. So I am now ready here to make the turn. I've done my 2 chains for my corner, and here as well I'm going to go around those posts. Voila. And like I said, it's going to change the look of the front border because we are putting those front post double crochets onto it around on the back. But of course here, look, this is the effect that it's going to give us, and I thought it would be a lovely effect to have this time. So making sure once again that you have all your ends in between these two borders. You're going to continue putting these stitches all the way around, and as well tugging and making sure that you're working nice and tight here. Okay. So I will see you when you have finished this round. And there we are. I have finished my front post double crochet round in Lagoon, and I am doing my slip stitch to close the round. There we go. So now I can hear you ask, Anya, are you going to do the remaining 3 rounds in one go? Yes, I am. But it's going to be quite a dangerous undertaking this time, because let me explain. So first of all, we are going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to insert the hook, and we're going to get started. Let's just get started here, because I'm sure you know how to do a corner, so I'm not going to have to explain that in too much detail. So half double crochets, right? And of course those corners are 2 half double crochets, 2 chains and 2 half double crochets. Now, can you tell I've been filming a long time? Now, of course, yes, I want to do my other rows already. So I'm going to do a few more in the koala colour. And then, yeah, I'm going to be starting my next colour. Now, the only thing is here that this colour I'm going to have to do double crochets. So because the way the border works and the way I have adhered it onto the blanket, we are going to need to do double crochets in this colour. So in the front border we do all half double crochets, that's not a problem. But in this border, 1 row has to be done in double crochets. We need to make up for a little bit of height. So I'm going to do them all in one go, but I'm going to have to remind myself that this colour, double crochets. Okay, so let me do a few more stitches here. The next colour, and once again slip knot, insert your hook, and we're going to get started. And here again we will be doing a half double crochets, so pull through the 3 loops on your hook. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to continue like this, and hopefully you can see my border growing, and I will be back to join it in a moment. So here we are. As you can see, we have made 2 borders. We've got all the ends in there. This is the base of the blanket, so we've only got this one, or the top actually. Same on this side, lots of ends. And then of course here at the top we also have the ends from the front border, but that's okay because they will disappear as well. So this is what it is looking like, and I am very pleased with it. As you can see, your borders now have the same length, so they are meeting right here, so that's great. So let me now show you here how to finish the round. And of course, yes, I have 3 rounds to finish in one go. Typical. Okay, let's do the first one. So I've done all my stitches, skipping this one and under the next one there to do a slip stitch. Voila. Oh, that did not want to let go. Let's cut off the yarn. There we go. So that's round number 2 done. Now for the double crochet round, yes, I did remember. Thank goodness. Right, so a few more stitches to do now. There we go. Then under the 2 strands of that V there, cutting it off, voila. And now for the mucka round, half double crochet again, of course, voila. And here as well, under the V, closing the round. So there we go. So that is the front and the back border done. And now we need to join these 2 borders. Now I'm going to use a 3rd colour. So usually I would use either the mucka or the lagoon, but in fact I'm going to go for the light aqua because we are already playing with colour, of course, here on the front border. Now this here is to be our front, not that it's going to matter all that much. So we're going to turn our blanket over again and we're going to do a join, and because we've turned it over, the front one will have the front of the single crochet and the back will have the back of the single crochet. So now we need to get started in a corner so we know that our stitches are going to be tallying up. So into a corner you're going to insert, and you're going to insert into both the borders, and you're going to do a corner. Now the corner is made up of 2 single crochets, 2 chains and 2 single crochets, so all in that same location. And then you're going to have a look at the stitches here, and you just find the first usable V. So I have been skipping the very first one, these ones here, so I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to choose this one here, and then here, that one in that same position, voila. And we start doing our single crochets. So you pick up the 2 strands of the V's on both sides, and we are doing our join. And this will of course give us a border with yet another colour. There we go. So that's what it will look like there, and this is what it will look like here. So this will bring the blue into it, and this one will finish it off with the same blue as we have there. So I thought that was a nice look, a nice little touch. And of course this now is that round where you are going to be able to hide all those ends into the border. So enjoy it, because of course as well, this is the very last part of our blanket journey. Once again, we have completed a whole blanket all together of us. So make sure you don't forget to go to the Facebook group and show us your progress, show us your finished blanket, but also if you have any trouble, ask us there. There we go. So let's keep going, and I will see you when I am going to be finishing the round, and I'm going to be hiding that very last end, so you'll be wanting to stick around for that. There we go. Voila, look at that. oh my goodness, I have made it all the way around. It is looking fabulous. So this is the front border, this is the back border. I'm really loving it. So here, of course, we have to do our little slip stitch to close the round. And of course, we are now going to have to cut off this yarn, and we pull this through. Then you're going to take your hook and insert it about there, and carefully making sure you don't come out on the front or the back, but you make sure you go as close as you can to where the end is. I'm going to wrap it around the hook, keep it tensioned slightly. Look at that. Perfection. So there we have it. Oh my goodness, a finished Windermere blanket. I am so happy with it. I hope you've had fun during our Windermere crochet adventure. I hope you enjoyed meeting Beatrix Potter's friends, helping you to crochet the stitches of the blanket. Thank you for having taken part in this crochet along, and I would love to see you again in the next video.